Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Today, it's a bit of a scary fairy tale sort of book. It's entitled A Triune Tale of Diminutive Swine. You've heard of the Three Little Pigs? Same sort of a deal. But this is dealing with Shakespearean sort of verbiage, because we need to improve our vocabulary. Children, adults, all you who listen, a couple of pages to set the pace, and then we shall begin the entire book. Pig numbered first recalled, with sage foreboding that it is the madman, or mad pig in this case, the mad pig who trusts in the tameness of the belly-pinched wolf. His reply in earnest, "Nay, it shall not be, not by wit, nor whiskered jowl." To this most predictable response, the wolf replied immediately, "Then steel thyself, little pig. Post haste shall I endeavor, employing means, both huffing and puffing, to dismantle thy flaxen fortress." Whoa! Is he going to survive? Pig-Little numbered one? Oh, I suppose we need to start this from the beginning. I'll tell you who adapted this language first. It's told by John Branyan, a Christian comedian who I saw on a boat one time. And here comes. 'Twas a time not long past, when there lived pigs in stature little, and in number 3, who of an age now both entitled and inspired to seek their futures did set out to do so. Thusly. When they had travelled a distance, the pig numbered first spake, saying, "Hearken, brethren, and heed this tempestuous realm. Should we tarry long separated from hearth and home, we will fare, I fear, not well." And so, being collectively agreed and individually impelled, the diminutive swine set about each to build for himself an abode. The pig numbered first did from straw construct his home. The pig numbered 2 did likewise, though rather not from straw, but from sticks. Meanwhile, unique in his imaginings, pig numbered 3 did erect as his refuge both stalwart and garish a structure made of brick entirely. Number 3. We find later this number 3 fella, Piggy, I should say, Porker, he was from American colonies. A bit different. Different ways. In time, there happened along, as is frequently the scenario in classic tales of protagonist piglets or red-hooded child, a wolf. Carnivorous nature in full season, he called out to the straw-ensconced swine, saying, "Pray thee, little pig, grant me entrance." "I wouldn't do it, little pig, I wouldn't do it." Pig numbered first recalled with sage foreboding that it is the mad pig, who trusts in the tameness of the belly-pinched wolf. His reply in earnest, "Nay, it shall not be, not by whiskered wit, not by wit, nor whiskered jowl." To this most predictable response, the wolf replied immediately, "Then steel thyself, little pig. Post haste shall I endeavor, employing means, both huffing and puffing, to dismantle thy flaxen fortress." Whereupon the wolf did billow forth an exhale of gale force, which quickly rendered the straw hovel to dregs and dross, and carried aloft piglet and shattered quarters both. Well, he's carried aloft. You think he's going to make it? Well, let's find out. Exposed now to claw and fang, first piglet made haste. Wolf in pursuit to the stick-festooned sanctum of peccary secondary. Smart move. "Well, this knocks my knickers," cried the second piglet. "Nowhere among those actions most considerate and amenable is the marshalling a feral wolf to my doorstep." "Apologies," declared Piglet 1. The beast's baneful breath indeed purged me of home and sound judgment alike. Baneful breath will do that from a beast like a wolf. The mighty maelstrom of the wolf's torrential exhale splintered the second swine shack and cut short his scolding simultaneously. Ooh. Lo and behold, squealed two, stand we now amid wooden wreckage, tremulous and vulnerable, with nary a strategy for eschewing the canine devourer looming in deadly proximity. Strategy? Cried one. While 'tis noble to contemplate tactical particularities, dressed as we are with time, pressed, I should say, as we are with time restraints forbidding detailed strategical conversations, I would urge, we run! We run! Oh, man, come on, let's get out of here. Whether by their own fleet-footed competence or the wolf's windless attitude, the bantam porkers arrived at their ultimate kindred neighbor's expungible brick ingress unscathed. Upon the third pig's door with urgent hoofs they pounded out, calling, unbar this entrance, and with haste we beseech thee. The third pig hailed from the American colonies, and possessing a vocabulary substantially less robust than his impromptu visitors, replied, Say what? Say what? What on earth is this all about? Seek we sanctuary, they implored on the verge of hysteria, lest we fall forthwith to the ravenous appetency of yonder approaching carnivore. Still confounded by their importunate words, Pig 3 did render ajar his portal, whereupon 1 and 2 spilled through and collapsed beyond the threshold innervated. So, y'all just wanted to come in? You could have said that. The hiss of the wolf could again be heard externally. Pray thee, pigs, grant me entrance. The wolf, said 1 and 2. Wolf, said 3. What you suppose he wants? He seeks to gain purchase within. Indeed, he would occupy this very alcove were he but afforded the most meager of opportunities. Right. I'm just going to ask him what he wants. Under no circumstances, screamed 2. There is not to be gained accosting external opponent, save our own immediate demise. What'd you say about my mama? House and occupants were again engulfed in a malevolent blast of wolfish wind. Malevolent, too. The foundation shook, the frame rattled, and lo, to the astonished eyes of piglets and encroaching scoundrel alike, stood the third pig's lodging undaunted. Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Undaunted. Aghast and befuddled 2 queried of 3, how does against such relentless and torrential onslaught this domicile endure? Pig 3 puffed out chest, tapped a hoof to the hearth, and responded, It's American made. It's American made. Yeah, I guess that kind of explains it. The end. Whoa. Now, what do you think about that? That's our book for today. We learned a few lessons here, don't we? We build our house upon firm foundation. That's one. Wolves need to be recognized as wolves. And their strength in knowing others who may have done a better job building their house than we. And good vocabulary is always good, because the communicating capability is better. Let's face it. Well, that's our book for today. Just about 10 minutes. No.